Austin Anderson, Cody Walton, A.J. Doolittle, and A.J. Royal. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Riverhawks TV as we get ready to bring you Mount Hood and Umpqua in an NWAC matchup. It's time for our national anthem. Starting lineups coming up.
Gentlemen, let's play ball.
Well, hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome here to Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready to bring you Umpqua Riverhawks baseball here on Riverhawks TV. It's great to have you with us for this afternoon's broadcast. We're just about to get started here with a noon first pitch for this ball game. It features the Umpqua Riverhawks coming in at 3-1 after their opening weekend last week when they lost their first game of the series against Big Bend, went on to win 3 straight. And they're taking on the Mount Hood Saints, who are coming in after winning 4 straight against Grays Harbor last weekend to get their season underway. The closest game in that series was a 6-0 victory in Game 4 of that series for the Mount Hood Saints. So they're coming off of a dominating performance in their season opener, and now they get ready to take on the Riverhawks, who are on a bit of a hot streak themselves. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for the Mount Hood Saints, led by Coach Corey Keeran. Leading off is the shortstop, Cade Wynn, followed by Jordan Ariza, the center fielder. In left field, batting third is Kyle Slater. At third base, hitting cleanup is Irvin Dorsett III. At first base, Diego Richards batting fifth, the reigning NWAC hitter of the week. Adam Elliott in right field will bat sixth, followed by Jonathan Wright, the DH. Hitting eighth and playing at catcher, Hunter Allen, and Tanner Koford is the second baseman, rounding out the starting lineup for the Saints. Defensively for your Umpqua Riverhawks here in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Looking around the diamond, behind the plate, Jeremiah Robbins. Out at first base, Tristan Wallace. Jackson Thompson at second. On the left side of the diamond, Aiden Metzger at third, and Taylor Davis at short. In the outfield from left to right, Shiloh Wilson, Tristan Schaefer, and Noah Kiley. They will look to help out starting pitcher Brett Lamb, who will get the start today for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Lamb did pitch last weekend in the season opening series. He's got 1 appearance under his belt, started the game. Unfortunately, it was game 1 of that series where he took the loss. He pitched 3 innings, allowed 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He has a 9.00 ERA, a 1.67 whip for UCC's starting pitcher. I'm Joey Keeran. Great to have you with us here for today's ball game. Thanks for tuning in on Riverhawks TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can follow the action with us all throughout this spring season. All right, here we go. Leading things off is Cade Wynn, the top of the order for Mount Hood. First pitch of the ball game is just a bit outside, ball 1, and we are underway at 11:58 for today's contest. Just ahead of schedule for this one. 1-0 count for Cade Wynn from Brett Lamb. The right-hander delivers that ball belted in the air to left field. It is playable for Shiloh Wilson, and there's 1 away on the fly ball out to left field for Wynn. Brings up Jordan Ariza, the center fielder.
Next batter, Number 9, Jordan Ariza.
Jordan Ariza. Out of Tualatin High School. A freshman this year for the Saints. First pitch, he'll take on the outside corner, called strike one from Brett Lamb. Ariza batting in the 2 spot. Coming into today's game, Ariza batting .286, had 3 RBI in the opening series. He'll tap one back to the mound, fielded, thrown high to first, but it will get there. As the Riverhawks will get the put out at first base, a 1-3 put out there, and there's 2 away. Brett Lamb off the bump.
2, Kyle Slater.
Maybe off the side hill on the one edge of the hill, just thrown a bit high over to first base, but he's still able to get it there in time to Tristan Wallace for the putout. First pitch outside in the dirt, a 1-0 count to get things started now for the 3-hitter, Kyle Slater, coming in batting .375, leading the way for what was a very offensive Mount Hood Saints club that got their season started. He had an RBI, 5 walks, 1 strikeout in the opening series. He shows a bunt and will take outside. The count goes to 2-0. So got on base quite a bit. On base percentage, .667 in that 4-game series against Grays Harbor. Taking high and inside, a 3-0 count. Was able to find his way on base quite a bit. Then once he was on base, stole 3 times, did get caught once. So he's a bit of a menace on the base paths. Batting in the 3 spot, the 3-0 from Lamb, high, and there's another walk. That is the 6th walk to start out the season here for Kyle Slater.
The next batter, third baseman, Irvin.
So that'll put a man on at first with 2 outs for the Saints. 2-out walk. Not ideal for Brett Lamb here in the opener of a doubleheader, non-leaguer between these 2 South Region teams today. Swinging away on the first pitch, popped up out of play on the right field side for Evan Dorsett III. Dorsett played in all 3 games, had 10 at-bats, 5 hits, batting .500 on the year. And that's probably why they got him in the cleanup spot. He fouls back a breaking ball into the netting behind home, and Brett Lamb out in front against the cleanup hitter with 2 outs and a man on at first. Top of the first inning in this doubleheader. Dorsett played at Tualatin High School. The online roster says he's originally from the U.S. Virgin Islands as he takes a loan outside. That is a place I got a chance to visit here this year. It was actually at the end of 2025. We made a trip out there with the Oregon State men's basketball team for the Paradise Jam out there. Man, the Virgin Islands, a beautiful place. 1-2. Hit off the wrist, hit batter. Wasn't sure if that hit off of a wrist protector or off the nub of the bat underneath the hands, but it does hit off the wrist there for Dorsett. He'll take the trip down to first, and after getting 2 quick outs, a walk, and now a hit batter, and the Mount Hood Saints have an opportunity here in the first inning with 2 away. It brings up Diego Richards, reigning NWAC Hitter of the Week. It was the first weekly awards handed out by the Northwest Athletic Conference. And a good start to the season for him as he takes outside for ball 1. Diego Richards batting .583, had a triple, a double, 6 RBI, walked 4 times, struck out twice. A lot happened in that series for him. He'll ground one up the middle, past a diving attempt from Taylor Davis at second. Shortstop making the dive just behind the bag. The throw in by Tristan Schaefer. He just tosses it onto the infield, and they will not try to challenge Kyle Slater scoring from second. A walk, a hit batter, and now an RBI single. Diego Richards continues to hit well as he grounds one right back up the middle. Base hit, and it's 1-0 Mount Hood in front here in the first inning. Still 2 outs, still 2 runners on, and Lamb will miss outside, a 1-0 count against Adam Elliott, who hit .333 in the series against Grays Harbor. Out at second base stands Dorsett. At first base, Richards. And And the pitch outside against Elliott. 2-0 count. 1-0 the score in favor of the Saints. Looked as if Brett Lamb was going to have a nice clean 1-2-3 inning, but could not get that third out against Kyle Slater. Walked him on 4 straight pitches. He had Irvin Dorsett with 2 strikes against him, but then ended up hitting him on the wrist. And then Diego Richards cashes in for his 6th RBI of the season. I should say 7th. 3-0 count now for Elliott as another breaking ball misses low and outside. On the mound, Lamb. His 3-0 pitch is good for a strike. Keeps the hitter at the plate. Brett Lamb trying to get through the first inning. Get a ball fouled back for strike 2. Lamb out of Wellington, Colorado. UCC coaching staff high on him after an amazing fall, they said. He's a strike thrower, although here in the first, finding the zone has been a bit of a challenge. He's fought his way back into this at-bat. 3-2 pitch with 2 on, runners going. The ball is popped up, foul territory, first base side, and it'll end up just bouncing short of the UCC dugout into the dugout for Umpqua down the first base side. You've got Mount Hood on the third base side. The Saints wearing their red tops, gray trousers, white tops, white pants for the Riverhawks. We'll do it again on the full count with 2 down and 2 runners on. Outside, ball 4. Just missing the edge of the plate. And Adam Elliott draws the walk. And that'll load him up.
Now batting
a big 2-out rally brewing here for the Saints. They've got 1 run in so far. Jonathan Wright, the DH, will bat. And he's got an opportunity to make this a real tough inning for the Riverhawks. He belts one out towards the alley in right center, and he'll do just that. It'll get down. It gets to Schaefer. The center fielder gets it. Throw to the plate. Got a chance. Not going to get the tag down. And it's a 3-run bases clearing double for Jonathan Wright. Wright will end up at second base. He found the alley. Schaefer did a good job of getting it in quickly. They had a chance of trying to get Adam Elliott at the plate, but it one hops in to Jeremiah Robbins, and he can't field it cleanly to get the tag down. And the final run of that 3-run comes in to score, and it makes it an early 4-0 lead. Now a ball in the dirt, knocked down by Robbins, but it gets away from him. Up the third base will go Wright on the wild pitch. Now this one started out on the right foot for Brett Lamb, but it has quickly turned. And the Riverhawks will find themselves trailing and looking to make up the distance through the rest of this 9-inning ball game. Hunter Allen, the catcher, batting in the 8th spot. He swings through for strike 1. Hunter Allen, a sophomore, batting 143. So the Riverhawks will look to see if they can try and get him here. A 1-1 count for him. Waiting on deck, the 9-hitter Tanner Koford. Strike at the belt on the inside corner. Lamb works his way back in. 1-2 count. Brett Lamb, just a freshman this year, 6'1", 195. His 1-2 offering. Breaking ball stays elevated. Lamb was a second-team all-conference selection for his high school that I don't know if I know how to pronounce. It's high. Full count with a man at third and 2 away. Poudre High School out there in Wellington. As a senior, had a 3.57 ERA, 33 innings worked. Also a successful wrestler at his high school. Looking to try and get out of this first inning. Fires a strike in, but fighting it off. Hunter Allen will stay alive. That that one loudly into the grandstands here to our right. This Mount Hood club, one of the, they had a successful weekend at the plate last week. Got to make them one of the higher scoring teams in the Northwest Athletic Conference. Strike 3 called on the outside corner on the full count pitch. And that will finish things off in the top of the first. But 4 runs come in for the Mount Hood Saints. They will put 4 runs across here in the first inning. 4 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors for the Riverhawks and 1 man left on base for Mount Hood. So that'll do it for the first half of the first inning. And now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Riverhawks batting lineup for head coach Jacob Whistler in his second season as the head coach. Taylor Davis will lead things off, the shortstop, followed by Tristan Schaefer in center field. The left fielder is Shiloh Wilson batting third. Jackson Thompson at second base will bat cleanup. Porter Strother, the DH, hitting fifth. Noah Kiley in right field will bat sixth. Tristan Wallace at first base is your 7-hitter. Batting eighth, starting at catcher is Jeremiah Robbins. And Aiden Metzger at third base will round out the starting 9 for the Riverhawks. DH being utilized for the pitcher, Brett Lamb. Taking a look at the defense for the Mount Hood Saints. Hunter Allen behind the plate catching. Diego Richards at first base. Tanner Koford at second. On the left side of the diamond, you've got Irvin Dorsett, the third. Cade Wynn at short. And in left field, it's Kyle Slater in center. Jordan Ariza, and in right field, Adam Elliott. That is a look at your starting lineup for the visiting Mount Hood Saints. So here we go. Bottom of the first inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Mount Hood Saints, getting a couple of base knocks in that first inning, and a 2-out rally able to help them build a significant lead. On the mound, it's Anthony Leo. Leo made 1 start last week, getting a win. He is 1-0 on the year after 4 innings of work. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, a 2.25 ERA. So he faces off against Taylor Davis. Davis, after last weekend, played all 4 games, batting .429 for the Riverhawks. He had quite the opening series. He'll take the first pitch from Leo as a strike on the outside corner, and we are underway. Had a triple, 6 hits total, 4 RBI, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 stolen base for Davis last weekend. He was definitely the highlight, the freshman coming in and making a big impact early. A 1-1 count as he takes low below the knees. Bottom of the first, 4-0 ball game in favor of Mount Hood. A doubleheader that got added last minute to the schedule here today. The 1-1 is low and outside, 2-1 count for Davis. The Umpqua Riverhawks, as a team, batting .236 coming into this weekend. These will be their only games. His ball fouled back, 2-2 count for Davis. Only games this weekend for UCC. Mount Hood will play a couple of games against Clackamas coming up tomorrow, hopefully weather depending. Davis with a 2-2 count. Fouls off the pitch. We've been blessed with some decent weather here on this Saturday. There was, according to the weather forecast leading into the weekend, there was a threat for some decent rain here today, but it looks like we're going to avoid most of it throughout this one. Maybe a chance at a little bit of rain coming up later on here in game 1 as a 2-2 pitch is fouled back. Again, staying alive is Davis. Right now, though, we are looking at mostly overcast skies, but they're nice white clouds, no gray ones that look like they could produce some precipitation right now, looking pretty nice. Temperatures in the 50s, about 52 degrees right now here at the ballpark. And a comfortable day for some spring baseball, early spring, as a swing and a miss. Anthony Leo will retire the first batter. Taylor Davis goes down.
Tristan Schaefer.
1 away. Good rip on that 2-strike pitch for Davis, but he will suffer the strikeout. Brings up Tristan Schaefer, the center fielder. Schaefer fouls off the first pitch he sees, batting just an even 100 after that opening series. Had an RBI, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in 10 at-bats. Just had the 1 hit. The 0-1 is low. A 1-1 count. Tristan Schaefer last year batting .279 in his freshman campaign, so looking to avoid a sophomore slump. Get going here in the second weekend of the season. The 1-1 hits the corner, and Leo finds himself ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Tristan Schaefer, great for his defense in center field. His speed covers a ton of ground out there. The 1-2 pitch, he takes high, lays off. He was a Gold Glove winner last year. The ABCA Rawlings Pacific Association Division Gold Glove honor and center field. The 2-2 fouls it into the glove for strike 3. And that's back-to-back punch-outs for Leo to start things off here in the first. 2 down. Shiloh Wilson, new addition
number 5, left fielder Shiloh Wilson
to the roster this year for the Riverhawks. Wilson, a freshman out in Reno, Nevada. Last weekend played in all 4 games, hit .417. He squares to bunt and takes high and away for the lefty. Wilson 5 hits, all of them singles last week. 1-0, fouled back. So far, Anthony Leo peppering the strike zone. He's been in the zone a lot, and the Riverhawks been swinging, but so far, nothing put in play. A 1-1 pitch from Leo. The right-hander delivers. Check swing, goes back to the mound. A field and a throw over to first base, and there is your final out of the first inning. So we'll head to the top of the second inning. The Riverhawks go down in order in the bottom of the first, and it's 4-0 Mount Hood in front on Riverhawks TV. Top of the second inning, a 4-0 lead. Mount Hood in front of the number 8 ranked UCC Riverhawks. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters coming up against Brett Lamb, as 8 hitters came to the plate in the first inning for the Saints. First pitch from Lamb is low against Tanner Koford, the second baseman. Outside and ahead, the 9-hitter. 2 balls, no strikes. Koford last weekend, 167 hitter. He had 3 walks. He'll take a strike. Last weekend, 21 walks through 4 games for the Mount Hood Saints. That's a heavy number there. 2-1 is a ground ball up the middle. Davis in front of it. Throws from by second base just to the left of the bag. Gets it across the diamond. There is 1 away, as the first man is retired. Well, don't forget, though, the first inning started off with back-to-back outs. But then walk, hit batter, single, walk, double. Got away from Brett Lamb after getting the first 2 outs. So hopefully he can turn that around here in the second. Do not want to allow Mount Hood to add to their lead up on the Riverhawks, 4-0. First pitch in for a strike against the leadoff man, Cade Wynn, who flew out to left field his first time up. And there's a breaking ball called for a strike. So I'm going to guess, let's see here. Might be able to tell if I look on this side. 30 innings. Just outside with the fastball. 30 innings last week for the pitchers for Mount Hood. So I'd imagine it's kind of right around that range for the batters. 30 innings, 21 walks. That's a pretty decent ratio for you. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. There's a strikeout for Brett Lamb, finding a bit of a groove. That's his second punch out in the ball game. There's 2 away here in the second inning. And it'll bring up Jordan Ariza, the center fielder, who grounded out to the mound his first time up. Hopefully Brett Lamb settling in, throwing strikes here in the second inning. Ariza will take high for ball 1. Mentioned out at Tualatin High School. He actually was a transfer for his senior season, it looks like, to Tualatin out of McNary High School, where he did spend some time with a couple of current Umpqua Riverhawks. Pitch inside, 2-0 count for Lamb. Neither in the starting lineup here for this game, but Trevor Ratliff and Ben Allen. And when they were seniors, Ariza was a junior on that McNary squad in the Salem-Kaiser area. As he fouls one down the third base side. Hit sharply there. Just foul. 2 balls and a strike. With 2 out, nobody on to Ariza, the 2-hitter. Lamb kicks and delivers. Missing high, check swing. The count goes to 3-1. They did appeal down to first. The call is no, he did not go around. So Lamb trying to stay in it here, working out of the stretch with nobody on, is 3-1 delivery. Call the strike at the top of the zone. Ariza was contemplating a walk down to first base. The umpire had other ideas. So did Brett Lamb. Lamb trying to stay in it here. A 3-2 pitch with 2 down and nobody on. Line drive to center field, earning his way on base. Ariza gets on with a base knock with 2 outs. Third hit in the ball game for the Saints. And once again, a 2-out rally gets started. Lamb will try to snuff this rally out before it gets any steam here in the second. 4 runs coming in, all with 2 outs in the first for the Saints. That's what gives them the 4-0 lead. First pitch swinging away for Slater, pops it up. Can of corn out to right field, charging in, and underneath it is Noah Kiley, and that wraps up things in the second for the Saints. In the top of the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. It is currently 4-0. The Mount Hood Saints in front of the Umpqua Riverhawks on Riverhawks TV.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Second baseman, number 11, Jackson Thompson.
Jackson Thompson will lead things off for the Umpqua Riverhawks here in the second. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. Thompson batting .273 on the year. We'll try to get something started. The Riverhawks going down in order in the first. Swinging away at the first pitch he sees from Anthony Leo. Leo, a pair of strikeouts in the first inning. He's up to 5 punch-outs on the year. The 0-1 is just off the outside corner. Second season for the Henderson, Nevada product out of Coronado High School, a popular place for this Umpqua Riverhawks roster. They've got a number of guys from that program. It's the 1-1. Outside, and it goes to 2-1. Popular spot for the Riverhawks to recruit out of, and it has produced some pretty good talent. 2-1 delivery for Leo. Outside, pulls it across the body for the right-hander. Ends up hanging on to it a bit much and ends up a bit glove side for him. Got a lot going on in UCC athletics here today as the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. UCC basketball playing against the Clark Penguins today as they are down to their final 2 games in the regular season. Both the UCC men and women are headed to the tournament. Ball fouled away. Congratulations to the Umpqua men who secured a South Region championship this season. They'll be the number 1 seed out of the South Region for the upcoming INWAC tournament. And the Umpqua women, they've clinched their berth, but their seed is not determined yet. It's a pitch high and inside, ball 4. A walk, just the second of the season for Anthony Leo. For Jackson Thompson, that's his second walk of the season as well. And the cleanup man leading off in the second gets on base for the Riverhawks. 1 on, nobody out. First base runner of the day for UCC, and it brings up Porter Strother. John Porter Strother out of San Francisco takes a strike to lead things off. He was hitting .125 last week, had 1 hit and 8 at-bats. Struck out 3 times, walked twice. Anthony Leo, pickoff throw to first, not in time. So you've got Umpqua men and women's basketball in action today. They'll get started at 2 o'clock this afternoon with the men. The women will play at 4. The Umpqua women, they are a win today would clinch them at least the 2 or 3 seed. As a throw down to second base, not in time. A stolen base for Jackson Thompson. For Thompson, his first stolen base of the season. Man into scoring position. And it's an 0-2 count at the plate right now for Strother. Riverhawks trying to rally back, trailing 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Leo, we've got Lamb and Leo out there. Leo throws in a breaking ball. Strother swings through it for a strikeout. There is 1 away. 3rd strikeout already in this game for Anthony Leo. 1 out, Noah Kiley, the right fielder. Kiley will take low, left-handed batter. Yeah, ahead, 1-0. Kiley, a Nevada product as well, but out of Sparks, Spanish Springs High School. Hit .375 during his spring high school season in 2025. Grounds 1 foul down the first base side. Out in front, he's batting .143 so far for the Riverhawks. So today, the Umpqua women, if they can win today, they'll be either the 2 or the 3 seed. It would come down to their final game against the Lane Titans coming up in their final game of the season next week. They will take on Lane on Wednesday. That'll be on the road in Eugene. So if the UCC women win, that'll be a battle for the 2nd seed out of the South Region Conference in the INWAC tournament. Low and outside on the 1-2 against Noah Kiley. So some big games coming up for the Umpqua men and women there. UCC softball, they played at home against Pacific JV team last weekend. We got a chance to see their games going on at the softball field out beyond the left field fence here at Champion Car Wash. They are on the road, though, today, taking on Pacific up in Forest Grove. Pitch misses outside. The count goes full here for Noah Kiley. The UCC softball team doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So busy day for UCC athletics here. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, another walk issued by Anthony Leo. Noah Kiley patient, takes one just on the outside corner. A couple of lefties in the lineup for the Riverhawks, but Noah Kiley drawing the walk there. The lefty takes the trip on down to first. Out at second base, Jackson Thompson. He drew the leadoff walk. 1 out, 2 on. Tristan Wallace batting. Big cut through the first pitch. Tristan Wallace out of North Medford High School. Did not play last year after an injury. Hitting .250 already this year. Played in 2 games last weekend, 4 at-bats. Inside corner called for a strike. Runners on the bases showing as if they were going to take off. They did not. Third base coach is Jeremiah Robbins. At first base, I believe, is Cody Walton. 0-2 here for Leo. That ball down the right field side, but it'll drift into foul territory. Yeah, that is assistant coach Cody Walton down at first base. Coach Jeremiah Robbins out at third. And if that name seems familiar, you're not wrong. That was the former coach of the UCC Riverhawks, but this is his nephew that is the coach at third. Jeremiah Robbins, the former coach, making his way back to his old stomping grounds at Lewis and Clark State College in Lewiston, Idaho. Ball fouled back, fighting away the pitch. Tristan Wallace stays alive. The Warriors out there, Lewis Clark, LC State. Heck of a baseball program, and former UCC coach Jeremiah Robbins was a big part of that before he came back here to get this UCC program underway. Won a couple of national championships there. The 0-2 pitch got around on a breaking ball, but got around too far. Tristan Wallace out in front of it, fights it off. Stays alive with the 0-2 count. With 1 out here and 2 strikes against him at this point in time, just looking to try and put something in play and see if he can at least move the runners up 90 feet. And it's a foul tip into the glove once again. That's at least the second time that has happened today for the Riverhawks, a foul tip into the glove off of a pitch from Anthony Leo. He has 4 punch-outs already. 2 away here in the second inning for UCC. Excuse me, I kept calling him Jeremiah. This is Josh Robbins at third. Let me get that correct. Jeremiah Robbins is at the plate. There's too many Robbins to keep track of in this program here. Josh Robbins, who's the younger brother of, Josh Robbins is at third. Jeremiah Robbins at the plate is the younger brother. Is a pickoff throw to second, not in time. We'll get it all straightened out here. They're both nephews of Jeremiah Robbins, who coaches out at LC State. We'll paint you a family tree for the next time around. Great family, though. Really enjoyed getting to know them through their time back here in the Umpqua Basin. Fly ball out towards the right side. It's going to stay on the infield for Jeremiah Robbins. The first baseman, Diego Richards, calls for it, and the Umpqua Riverhawks will finish things out here in the second inning, leaving 2 men stranded on base. So for the Umpqua Riverhawks, no runs. There were no hits. 2 walks getting runners on. No errors and 2 men left on base. The Riverhawks still getting shut out. 4-0. Mount Hood in front here on Riverhawks TV. Game one of our doubleheader here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. I'm Joey Keeran, hanging out with you here on Riverhawks TV. It's a 4-0 lead for the Mount Hood Saints in a non-league doubleheader between these two South Region teams. On the mound into his third inning of work, Brett Lamb gave up one hit in the second after giving up two in the first and 4 runs in that first inning. He settled in that second, but he throws a wild one outside the zone on his first offering against Evan Dorsett III. Now takes a pitch inside at his shoelaces, and it's a 2-0 count. Dorsett, a sophomore for this Mount Hood club, takes a 2-0 pitch for a strike. Last year played in 18 games, hit .245 with 5 RBI for Mount Hood. Takes one down the middle but low, and the count goes to 3-1. Last year, Mount Hood went 11, 36-1. They were 9-27 in the South, finishing in last place. Did not reach the postseason. Ground ball up the middle on the 3-1. It is hoovered up by Davis across the diamond. He gets another put out, one away on a routine roller towards short.
Diego Richards.
One away. Diego Richards will bat. First man's been retired in all 3 innings so far for Brett Lamb. He'll try to keep things going with the theme. He's retired the first 2 batters in each of the first 2 innings, trying to keep it going here as he faces the red-hot Diego Richards, who takes a strike. If he can retire Richards, that'll be 3 straight innings, getting the first 2 outs against the first 2 batters. Pitch outside, a 1-1 count. Unfortunately, the third batter up has gotten on base in every inning so far, so we'll see how that plays out. 1-1 count for Lamb. Richards stands in, takes a pitch that bounces in front of the plate for a 2-1 count. Diego Richards, also a sophomore out of Glencoe High School in Hillsboro. Played in 43 games a year ago as a freshman, hit .210 with 14 RBIs. The 2-1. Out in front of an off-speed pitch, fouls it back for strike 2. Last year, 23 strikeouts, 7 walks for him. 5'11", 175 pounds. The 2-2 pitch from Lamb, the righty, kicks. Gets a line drive. It'll get over the top of the shortstop, Taylor Davis, and into left field. Base knock, man on base, and that will disrupt the rhythm that we have had from the first 2 innings. The second batter getting on base here. Diego Richards, though, cannot be stopped. The bat in his hands, he is on fire. He has got 2 hits here today and already has an RBI and a run scored. 4th hit in the ballgame for the Saints. A man on with 1 away. Adam Elliott walked in the first inning, came around to score the 4th run of that frame. He takes low for ball 1. Riverhawks looking to see if they can get Elliott to roll into one here. Try and get through this 3rd inning and keep it a 4-0 deficit. Riverhawks got to get the bats going at some point here soon. There's a pitch outside. Elliott already has walked once here today. He's got 2 walks on the season. 2-0 pitch in for a strike just at the knees. Sun shining through a little bit here at Champion Car Wash Field as we got a great day for some baseball in Roseburg. Ball down the right field side. That could be trouble. It'll just hook into foul territory down the right field side. And it'll be a 2-2 count. Elliott behind on that pitch. Send it down the right field line. Long way to run for Noah Kiley out there. Thankfully ends up just leaking out into foul territory. Back at the plate. Sun really poking through now. 2-2 pitch for Lamb. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout against Adam Elliott. 3rd strikeout in the game for Brett Lamb. And there's 2 down. It'll bring up Jonathan Wright, who changed the tenor of this ball game back in the first. He had the bases loaded and delivered a 3-run double that stretched it from a 1-0 lead to a 4-0 lead for the Saints in the first. He bats with a man on at first and 2 down. Takes high for ball 1. Jonathan Wright, a sophomore. Last year played in 23 games, hit .236. Takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. Wright last year had 5 RBI. He's already got 3 in this game. He's out of Springboro, Ohio. As fouls back the pitch. 1-2 count. Attending the Ohio Virtual Academy. Big kid at 6'2", 220. The DH for the Saints here in this one. He's got 2 strikes against him. The 1-2 delivery coming from Lamb with the man at first. Inside with the breaking ball. Really not much wind. Oh, actually, as I look at the American flag out there, the trees didn't seem like they were rustling too much, but the flag definitely is whipping around, going right to left across the diamond in center field. This pitch outside, and the count goes full. Last weekend was pretty calm conditions, maybe a little bit of precipitation, but it was a decent weekend for baseball. This weekend a little bit breezier here at the ballpark. Runner going on the 3-2, swing and a miss at the plate, and that will wrap it up in the top of the 3rd inning. Nobody comes across for the Mount Hood Saints, and Brett Lamb gets a couple of punch outs in this one. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The Saints have left a man on in every inning, and they lead it 4-0. We head to the bottom of the 3rd on Riverhawks TV. Come back here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg for the start of the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Leading things off for the Riverhawks will be the 9-1-2 hitters as they wrap up their first time through the order. Aiden Metzger leading off against Anthony Leo, who has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings and gets a swing and a miss to start things off here in the 3rd. 3rd game of the season for Aiden Metzger. Batting .400, 2 for 5 on the year so far. And he will get hit in the back. First time hit by a pitch for Aiden Metzger this season. And Metzger will take the trip on down to first. That'll be the 2nd inning in a row that the Riverhawks will get the leadoff man on base. A walk to Thompson in the 2nd, got the leadoff man on. Unfortunately, he was left stranded at 2nd. We'll see if things can change for Aiden Metzger. So the top of the order comes up to bat with 1 on and nobody out. Taylor Davis, a strikeout victim, takes outside for ball 1. Sun shining at Champion Car Wash Field, and the Riverhawks trying to take advantage of the man on here in the third, trying to cut into a 4-0 deficit. Top of the order coming up. This is the spot to do it. Davis with those 4 RBI. There's another pickoff throw to check on Aiden Metzger. 4 RBI last weekend for Taylor Davis. That's a decent weekend for the guy out of the leadoff spot. They continue to pay attention to Metzger over at first. Aiden did have 1 stolen base last week. Davis is going to produce a line drive to left field, and the Riverhawks will have their first hit of the day. A base knock, second time around for Taylor Davis. That'll wipe out the no-hitter for Anthony Leo. Riverhawks with a base knock might be an opportunity to start breaking into this one against Anthony Leo. Leo has runners at first and second behind him. And up to bat will be Tristan Schaefer, playing in at third because of exactly that reason. I thought there could be a chance you'd see a look at least at a bunt out of Tristan Schaefer. He does square, but he does not look to attempt the bunt. Shows the bunt again. It goes down to the mound. Picking it up, Leo will throw to first. They execute the bunt defense. Get an out on the sacrifice by Schaefer. Covering at first base, the second baseman, Tanner Koford. 1 away, and now runners at second and third.
Shiloh Wilson.
Metzger moves to third. Davis is on at second. Shiloh Wilson will bat. UCC with a chance to try and get on the board as they try to rally back after falling behind by 4 in the first inning. Pitch low to Wilson, who grounded out to the mound his first time up. Shiloh looking for his first RBI of the year. Sends one foul back behind home. Dorsett playing even with the bag at third. At third base for the Riverhawks is Aiden Metzger. Taylor Davis at second. That ball is belted in the air, but not very deep. Could be tough to drive in a run. Ariza in center field makes the catch, heading for the plate. The throw is offline, and a run will score. Sacrifice fly for Shiloh Wilson. He'll pick up his first RBI of the season. There's 2 away, and the Riverhawks do get on the board. 4-1. Jackson Thompson now has an opportunity to see if he can cut it in half. Riverhawks back within 3. Thompson, the cleanup hitter, 2 RBI already this season, has another RBI opportunity. First pitch. He gets around on one towards the alley in left center, but this ball is up high enough that able to run underneath it is Kyle Slater. Right idea. Had a pretty good placement on that one, but unfortunately got a bit too far underneath it, and the ball hangs in the air as left fielder Slater runs underneath it. In the bottom of the third inning, the Riverhawks get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. It is 4-1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning on Riverhawk TV. Brett Lamb will face off against the Mount Hood Saints here in the fourth inning. And Hunter Allen, the catcher, first pitch swinging, flies one to right field. Long run out there for Noah Kiley. But Kiley able to run underneath it. Gets there, makes a catch right about knee high to rob one away from Hunter Allen, who tried to place that one in no man's land. Great defensive effort there to back up Brett Lamb, and there's one away. Showing a bunt. Dragging it left side down the third base line for Tanner Koford. He grounded out to short his first time up. The bunt goes foul, and he's back at the plate with the 0-1 count. 4-1 ball game here in the top of the fourth. The Umpqua Riverhawks trailing against the Mount Hood Saints. A 1-1 count for Koford. Taking high. Two balls and a strike for the 9-hitter, Koford. He does take the strike on the outside corner. Evens things up for Lamb. Swing and a miss on the 2-2. And down with a strikeout. Fifth strikeout for Lamb. He has become a strikeout thrower in this one. Took a little while to get going, but he's had a strikeout in every inning, including 2 strikeouts in the third. He's up to 5 total. Top of the order, Cade Wynn. He has been a strikeout victim. He's 0 for 2 in this one. Third time up the bat as we begin this fourth inning. Takes a pitch high. Got some activity going in the bullpen for Umpqua. .1-0 delivery. And the pitch is high and inside. Looks like we had some activity going. There's a pitcher down there that not throwing. It is Braxton Mulder that was getting loose. 2-0. Swung on, big cut out of Cade Wynn. Saw a 2-0 pitch he liked, could not quite catch up to it. Lamb out of the stretch, delivers, and that ball fouled back, got a piece of it. The 2-2, high and away. Full count pitch coming up for the leadoff man, Cade Wynn. Third time through the lineup here. It seems as if the Riverhawks considering when the end of the line might be for Lamb. And he will issue a walk. First time on base for Cade Wynn. And again, it's a 2-out man on. And with the top of the order here, obviously a spot where you don't want to let things compound on you. That walk is the third in the game for Lamb. He's also hit a batter. He'll face off against Jordan Ariza, who is 1 for 2 at a single in the second with 2 outs. He takes outside. 1-0 delivery. Low and outside, 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes. Brett Lamb, off speed, carries high. He is behind 3-0 against Ariza. Well, the two-hitter, Jordan Ariza, do they give him a green light? Ariza had come in batting .286 with 3 RBI. Runner going on the 3-0, And it's ball 4, so it won't matter out at second base anyways. A walk will put another man on. That is back-to-back walks. And with the heart of the lineup coming up, this could be a spot that we see the Riverhawks make a decision.
Number 2, Kyle Slater.
They check in down in the bullpen here. Pitching coach Austin Anderson looking that direction, where you've got coach, I believe that's A.J. Doolittle down there, working in the bullpen with the pitchers. And the coach Austin Anderson in the dugout checking in that direction. First pitch in for a strike for Kyle Slater, who walked and has flown out to right field. Riverhawks getting one back in the third, trying not to give it right back. As a 2-out count, or a 2-out, 1-1 count against Kyle Slater, with 2 runners on base here in the top of the 4th. Pickoff throw, not going to be there in time. Out to second base. Checking on Cade Wynn. Covering the bag was Thompson. The 1-1 pitch popped up, gets out of play. A ball and 2 strikes for Kyle Slater. Slater. Kyle Slater, the left fielder, scored the first run of the game on a single by Diego Richards. The 1-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. And Lamb will work out of the jam with his 6th strikeout in the ball game. And he has got the Umpqua Riverhawks 3 scoreless innings. That is strikeout number 6 on the day for Brett Lamb. And it's the 3rd out here in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left on for the Saints. Still 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning on Riverhawks TV. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. Leading things off for the Umpqua Riverhawks will be Porter Strother, the DH. A strikeout victim his first time up. He will face off against Anthony Leo, still out there for his 4th inning of work as the Riverhawks go their 2nd time through the order, and Strother's going to hit one down the line in left field. It bounces just fair, rolls into the corner. Strother heading for second base. It's a leadoff double for the Umpqua Riverhawks. UCC gets a man into scoring position with nobody out as Strother connects on a double down the line. Just in fair territory. Long way to go for Slater out in left field, chasing that ball all the way into the corner. Second hit of the game for the Riverhawks. And the runner out at second could cut the deficit in half. They trail 4-1. Up to bat, Noah Kiley, the lefty. Takes outside for ball 1. Kiley walking his first time up. Will dig back into the box. Anthony Leo is now allowed 2 hits in this one. A single back in the third by Taylor Davis, and now a double by Porter Strother. Oh, they look back to second. Now they've got Strother in a rundown here. He is going to get tagged out. Well, actually, maybe not. They keep it going here. Strother will try to get to third and will not be able to. Strother was looking to try and move, and it was the perfect time to pick off for Anthony Leo. And he got Strother leaning the wrong direction and unable to escape the pickle. Well, that is unfortunate after the leadoff double. 1 away, bases empty. Kiley grounds one foul down the first base side for strike 1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. I'm going to put it down. Maybe they got it over there. I don't know who all touched the ball on that one. The 1-2 pitch here for Kiley. Outside. The pitcher, I think he threw it to third. Then I thought maybe to the second baseman who tried to apply the tag, didn't get it. Might have gone back to the third baseman, then to the shortstop maybe. Swing and a miss on the 2-2. Keeping track of who all touches the ball in a pickle is always a fun spot. 2 away after the strikeout. That is strikeout number 5 on the day for Anthony Leo. Both pitchers with decent strikeout totals. Brings up Tristan Wallace, swinging away at the first pitch. Fouls it off.
Batting first baseman Tristan Wallace.
Wallace, a strikeout victim in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch from Leo, trying to get through the 4th inning. And he'll hit a strike on the inside corner with his breaking ball. Oh, 2 count. 2 down, base is empty. A leadoff double wasted here for the Riverhawks as a ball fouled back. Staying alive for Wallace. Strother's double down the line. Gave you hope they had a chance at a big inning coming up. Unfortunately, the Riverhawks could not keep it going. The 1-2 pitch from Leo. Line drive goes right to the shortstop. Cade Wynn, no problem. Staying in front of that one for the final out. And so that will wrap up the bottom of the 4th inning as the Umpqua Riverhawks unable to do anything after a leadoff double. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We will head to the 5th inning in this 9-inning ball game. It is 4-1. The Mount Hood Saints in front of the Umpqua Riverhawks on Riverhawks TV. Irvin Dorsett III will lead off for the Saints as the Umpqua Riverhawks have made a move to the bullpen. Here in the 5th inning, Braxton Mulder will take over. First pitch misses low against Dorsett III, who is the cleanup hitter. High fly ball towards right field. It's not going to make it really to the outfield grass. Just barely, as the second baseman, Jackson Thompson, makes the catch. And that'll be the first out here in the 5th inning. First out for Braxton Mulder. One away. This is the debut for Mulder out of Canton, South Dakota. A freshman, 6'2", 195, making his first appearance for the Riverhawks. And his breaking ball sails behind the head of the batter and to the backstop. Faces Diego Richards, who is red hot. Already 2 for 2 today with an RBI and a run scored. Pops him up, though. This is behind home, tossing away the mask. Robbins will make the catch as the ball tails back towards home plate. There's 2 down. So a nice start here for Braxton Mulder. Brett Lamb going 4 innings for the Riverhawks. We'll get you the final line for him. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner for Adam Elliott, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout. All of that against Brett Lamb. Check swing, did not go around. It'll be a 1-1 count. Ball fouled off, trickles out into the field of play. It was foul ball, though. Stays at the plate, does Adam Elliott with a 1-2 count. Brett Lamb, final line in the start. He's on the hook for the loss right now unless the Riverhawks can bail him out. 4 innings, he gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, 4 walks, had 6 strikeouts and 1 hit batter. Breaking ball fouled off with 2 strikes, staying alive. Elliott. 4 is wild there for Brett Lamb. 4 innings, 4 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks. The 1-2. Mulder gets him to lift one right side, foul territory. Playable for first baseman Tristan Wallace, and it's another foul out for the Saints. A 1-2-3 frame for Braxton Mulder in his debut. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Solid start for the freshman. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still a 4-1 lead for the Mount Hood Saints on Riverhawks TV. Bottom of the 5th inning. Get a new arm on the mound for the Mount Hood Saints. First pitch to Jeremiah Robbins is ball 1. Low and outside from the lefty, James Kingsbury out of Glencoe High School. Jam shot for Robbins. Pops it up, fighting the sun. Dorsett, no problem. The third baseman makes the grab. Jeremiah Robbins has popped out twice in the game so far. And he is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th for the Riverhawks. So Anthony Leo goes 4 innings And we'll give way to the bullpen. James Kingsbury coming in. Pitch misses to the 9-hitter Aiden Metzger. Sun brightly shining down on us here at the moment. As Metzger will take outside. 2 balls, no strikes for the 9-hitter. Another pitch misses, and Kingsbury falls behind 3-0 with 1 out, nobody on. And it is a 4-pitch walk. So Kingsbury, after getting the first out pretty quickly, gives up a walk to Metzger, who gets on base for a second time. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Came around to score the only run of the game for the Riverhawks so far. Now first pitch swinging for Taylor Davis. Hits one out towards deep left center. It'll be tracked down by Jordan Ariza, the center fielder. Well struck ball there by Davis, but very playable for Ariza. And there's 2 down. Got a lot behind it, just not enough. So Kingsbury gets some help there. Left-hander listed at 6'4" out of Hillsboro. Kingsbury is 1 out away from getting through his first inning of work here today. He'll miss outside on the first pitch to the 2-hitter Tristan Schaefer, who is 0 for 1 with a sac bunt his last time up. Kingsbury has 1 inning of work so far this season, a 9. Make that a 36.00 ERA, as he'll give up a base hit to left field. And Metzger will move to second base. Tristan Schaefer with his first hit of the day. A 2-out single to left. Runners at first and second. Third hit in the ballgame for the Riverhawks, and they're trying to see if they can get a 2-out rally started.
Number 5, Shiloh Wilson.
Shiloh Wilson drove in the only run of the game for the Riverhawks, a sac fly to center field in the third. Lefty-lefty, and it's a hit batter. Pitch tried to come in low and inside, and it clips the front foot for Wilson.
Now batting second baseman,
Wilson did not
Thompson.
didn't really give much space to that pitch inside, but he didn't have to. That is a hit batter. And bases are loaded. And it's the right spot of the order for the Riverhawks. Jackson Thompson will lead things off. Or he'll step in against the lefty with the bases loaded and 2 out. Took a pitch inside for strike 1. Foul one off on the outside corner. No, actually he didn't. Did he get the tag down in time? No! The ruling at the plate is out at home. It looked as if Aiden Metzger might have been able to get his hand on the plate in time. I thought that ball had been fouled off, but instead they say it was a swing and a miss. Oh, I'm going to replay that one for you. We got a conversation. The umpires are getting together to make sure they've got the call right here. Let's see here. Can I slow it down? Now, you're not going to get a good look at whether or not where his hand's at, but that is bang, bang. You can't get much closer than that. And the Riverhawks aren't leaving the field here, so are they going to call it maybe a foul ball instead? I thought it might have been a foul ball, but it might have just been that it hit off the edge of the glove. I think they're ruling that it's going to be a foul ball instead of a passed ball. So the run won't count, but the final out isn't made either. So it works out, I guess, kind of in a way for both sides here. And the 5th inning will continue. It'll be a strike against Jackson Thompson. That's kind of what, when in live action, that's what I thought had happened, was a foul tip off the end of the bat for Thompson. He stands back in with the 0-2 count. Bases loaded and 2 away. Can he make this count? The 0-2, strike 3 call. So the bases stay loaded as Thompson watches strike 3 go by on the outside corner, and James Kingsbury will get himself out of a pickle. Bases left loaded. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and you had 3 runners left on for the Riverhawks. They still trail 4-1 as we head to the top of the 6th inning here on Riverhawks TV. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 4-1 lead, still hanging in there for Mount Hood. On the mound, Braxton Mulder, after a 1-2-3 frame in his season debut. Misses outside for a 1-0 count. Ground ball third base side for Jonathan Wright. Picked up by Metzger, who will dial it across the diamond. And that'll retire the leadoff man, Jonathan Wright, who is 1 for 3 now with 3 RBIs on that double that made it 4-0 in the first inning. 4 runs in the first inning for Mount Hood. They've been blanked ever since. They've managed just 2 hits since getting 2 hits in the first inning. Mulder will miss low for ball 1 as he faces off against Hunter Allen. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup coming up to bat for Mount Hood as they cling to that lead. 1-0 pitch, grounder, foul, third base side to even up the count. Braxton Mulder got a fly out to second, fly out to the catcher, fly out to first. Back in the 5th inning. Now gets a ground out to start things here in the 6th. As a ground ball left of the mound, field, and a rifle across the diamond for a strike at first base by Mulder. Doing a nice job coming off the mound to field his position. Not an easy play, makes it look routine, and there's 2 down. Tanner Koford will bat, the 9-hitter, 0 for 2 in the ballgame. He'll dig in, but nobody on base. The righty, Mulder, trying to get another 1-2-3 inning. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. This one will go 9. Game 2 will go 7 innings. It's a 1-0 pitch. In for a strike, 1-1. These are non-league games. Both teams out of the South region, but a open date for both sides, so they squeezed it in. Ooh, pitch looked pretty sharp to me. It does not get called for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Riverhawks didn't have anything this weekend. They kind of desperately wanted something, and Mount Hood was willing to oblige. There's a ball belted in the air to center field. Out there in the bright sunshine, waiting for it to come down. Tristan Schaefer, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. Braxton Mulder out of the bullpen has looked sharp. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. He has retired 6 straight as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Umpqua Riverhawks trailing in this one 4-1, trying to make up some distance in this one on Riverhawks TV. Thanks for joining us this afternoon here on Riverhawks TV as the Umpqua Riverhawks host the Mount Hood Saints in a non-league matchup in the Northwest Athletic Conference South region. It's a 4-1 lead for the Mount Hood Saints after scoring all 4 runs in the first inning. The Riverhawks got one back in the third. They trail by 3 and look to try and cut into it. Porter Strother leading off. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Strother, Kiley, and Wallace are your 3 batters due up here in the 6th inning. They're the final 3 batters to face off against the lefty James Kingsbury, who has come on in relief and is making his way through the lineup for the first time. He gets a swing and a miss for strike 2. Strother had a double in the 4th inning, but ended up getting picked off at second base. Was trying to get a big jump, might have been looking to steal third, and got caught in no man's land as the pickoff move by Anthony Leo caught him in the middle of second and third, and he was tagged out. Pitch high and away, a 1-2 count. Strother did not read the move on the mound correctly and ended up paying the cost for it. A leadoff double, and it went to waste. He belts one in the air towards center field. Long run out there for Ariza, tracking it down. He will get there in time. That ball kept carrying on him. Wind aided a little bit, blowing a bit that direction. Strother got underneath it, and out in center field, Ariza, he kept trailing back. I thought that ball wasn't going to take him that far, but it just kept going. He's able to stay underneath it, though. Retires Strother for the first out. It'll bring up Noah Kiley. He pops one up. This is in foul territory towards the Mount Hood dugout. Plenty of room to work for Dorsett, and there's 2 away. Kiley goes down. Now Tristan Wallace will bat with 2 outs and nobody on base.
Tristan Wallace.
First pitch from the lefty, high for ball 1 to Wallace. Wallace is 0 for 2 last time up. Hit a sharp line drive, but it was right at the shortstop Cade Wynn. The 0-1, I think actually it was a 1-0, and now a swing, and it's I believe it's a 1-1 count. There we go. 2 outs, nobody on base. Kingsbury will kick and deliver. Ball fouled into the net. Beautiful sunny day. Sun's starting to poke through a bit more. The clouds burning off a bit. Tomorrow's going to be a bit different here in the Umpqua Basin. Rain expected throughout the entire day. Is a 1-2. Check swing, goes to the on-deck circle. Staying alive is Wallace. For Mount Hood, they are going to try to play a doubleheader tomorrow at Wilsonville High School against Clackamas. We'll see if they're able to get those games in. I'm assuming maybe playing at Wilsonville because they might have turf there. That would be handy, it looks like, for tomorrow. 1-2. Strike 3 call. Uneventful bottom of the 6th for the Umpqua Riverhawks. They will go down in order as Kingsbury, after a bit of a shaky start, has found a groove. He gets his 2nd strikeout, and he gets a clean 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 6 innings in this 9-inning contest. It's still 4-1. The Mount Hood Saints in front of the Umpqua Riverhawks on Riverhawks TV. start off the 7th inning with the leadoff man, Cade Wynn, up to bat. He fouls off the first pitch he sees from Braxton Mulder. Mulder out there for his 3rd inning of work. He's facing the 1-2-3 hitters here, the final 3 batters to face off against him. He fires in a breaking ball, swung on and missed by Wynn to make it an 0-2 count. Breaking ball, poked right side. It'll be a soft liner towards first baseman Tristan Wallace, who backed up initially, had to lean forward to snag it out of the air. He took about a step or two too deep at first base, and the ball nearly died in front of him, but he was able to lean forward and make the putout. 1 down is a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 count to start for Jordan Ariza, who is 1 for 2 today. He has walked and has a single. Walked his last time up. First time facing off against Mulder, though. And he'll take for a 2-0 count. The 2-0 just misses on the outside corner, a bit low. So the count goes to 3-0. And that is a walk, and that's the first base runner on against Braxton Mulder. 3rd time on base today for Jordan Ariza out of that 2-hole. He's walked in back-to-back at-bats. Kyle Slater. Don't know why I want to keep calling him Slater. Slater will take low and inside as he shows a bunt. And he will take the lead 1-0 in the at-bat. At first base, Ariza. Ground ball hit sharply past the 3rd baseman, Metzger. Diving attempt, glove side, could not get it. And so a walk, first base runner, and followed by a single, the first base hit against Mulder. A freshman in his debut. Had pitched 2 perfect innings, retired 7 consecutive batters, but then the walk and now a single, and there's runners at first and second with 1 out. And up to bat is going to be Evan Dorsett III, the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 2. Gets around on an inside pitch, pops it in the air, right field, trouble out there. Diving attempt, and unable to get there is Thompson. Runners will move up, but because they had to hold to see if that ball would get down, they're only able to go 90 feet. And the bases are loaded for Diego Richards. Tough spot here for the Riverhawks. 1 out. A Texas leaguer out in right shallow right field for Dorsett. Just hit it to a spot that nobody was able to get to in time. Back-to-back singles, bases loaded. Richards will pop one up, foul territory. Charging in, and Wallace will make the grab in foul territory. Long way to go for Tristan Wallace, and he's able to get there in the nick of time. A huge play for him. Racing to get to that ball and diving to make the grab for the 2nd out. That's a big one with the bases loaded. And it's big against Diego Richards, who has flown out in his last 2 at-bats in foul territory. Up to bat, Adam Elliott. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. A 1-0 pitch, taken inside for a 2-0 count. Mulder. That ball lifted in the air, shallow left center, charging in. No one will get there. 1 run will score. A 2nd run will come in. Throw goes to second base offline. Everybody's safe, and 2 more runs on the board for Mount Hood. Well, Mulder has not been hit hard here in the 7th inning. Well, the ground ball past the 3rd baseman for Slater, that one was hit hard, but it was a ground ball. You can take that. But now 2 Texas League bloops for base hits have just proved costly for the Riverhawks here in the 7th inning. 2 runs come in. It is 6-1 now. after the 2-run single by Adam Elliott.
Now batting number 4, Hunter Allen.
First pitch, a strike from Mulder against Jonathan Wright, the DH. Actually, sorry, Wright got walked. It's Hunter Allen who grounds it to third. It is picked up by Aiden Metzger, and Metzger will tag his bag for the final out. Fielder's choice there for Hunter Allen, and they will force out Adam Elliott at third base. So they intentionally walked to load him up to make it a force out at any bag, and it works out in their favor for the Riverhawks. But 2 runs come in on 3 hits here in the 7th inning. No errors, and you had 3 runners left on base for Mount Hood. They add a little insurance here as we go to the later stages of this one. Bottom of the 7th, it's time to stretch here at Champion Car Wash Field on Riverhawks TV. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. The Umpqua Riverhawks needing some offense to get going here. Trailing 6-1 against the visiting Mount Hood Saints. First pitch is in for a strike. James Kingsbury, the lefty, facing the 8-9-1 hitters. Jeremiah Robbins standing in. Robbins is 0 for 2. Swings away, pops one right side. That could be trouble down the line, and it will be. It drops in for a base hit, and the Riverhawks return the favor here in the bottom of the 7th. After Mount Hood had a couple of bloop singles in the top half of the 7th inning, helping lead to them scoring 2 runs. The Riverhawks will get one back on that.
Riverhawks, number 40,
at least they
Dave
get
Thistle.
A base hit back in their favor. As Jeremiah Robbins bloops one for his first hit of the day. Bloops one down that right field line, just behind first base. No man's territory. Diving attempt by Koford, the second baseman. Couldn't get there in time. 9-hitter. Dane Kissel. Kissel pinch hitting for Aiden Metzger. Gets around on an inside pitch. Hard hit out to left field, but it just carries pretty much right to Slater. And there's one away. Good contact, got around on it, just goes right to the left fielder. So that a tough break there for Kissel.
Taylor Davis.
So top of the order, Taylor Davis will bat. Down the middle for a strike. Davis is 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd inning. Facing off against Kingsbury for a second time. First time up, he flew one out to center field. A pretty well-struck ball, just didn't quite have enough behind it. Actually, sorry, that was the fly ball by Porter Strother I'm thinking of. 1-1 count. Getting around on the pitch, fouling it off. Strike 2 for Davis. Jeremiah Robbins still on at first. Kingsbury delivers home. Davis chasing one up. Pops it out towards center field. That's going to carry enough out towards Ariza for the second out. And there's 2 away. James Kingsbury.
Next batter, number 7, Tristan Schaefer.
He's allowed just 2 hits in this one. He had a bit of a shaky start when he took over in the 5th inning, but he has done a nice job of steadying the ship and staying out there, throwing strikes and getting through frames. A 1-0 count as he starts off against Tristan Schaefer. Schaefer had the first hit against Kingsbury. Swings and fouls one off. Schaefer had a single in the 5th. Shiloh Wilson, the man on deck. Actually, he would be, but they've got a new batter in the on-deck circle. But Wilson behind him got hit by a pitch. It loaded things up in the 5th, but the Riverhawks couldn't capitalize. A ground ball to second base, taking it himself. Coford will tag the bag at second. A force out against Jeremiah Robbins. And that will finish off the 7th inning. The Riverhawks once again unable to break through. So in the 7th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We're heading to the 8th inning. Getting late in this one. The Riverhawks down 6-1 on Riverhawks TV. Heading to the top of the 8th inning, strike 1 to get things started for Braxton Mulder against Tanner Coford, the second baseman. 9-1-2 hitters coming up here as Mountain Hood leading. A line drive back up the middle, sharply hit by Coford. He's got his first hit of the day, and he will get on to lead things off here in the 8th inning. That is the first time all game that Mountain Hood has gotten the leadoff man on base. It's the 8th hit in the contest for the Saints, and they've got 1 on with nobody out, and top of the order coming up. Cade Wynn will stand in. Wynn, the shortstop, is 0 for 3, does have a walk. He shows a bunt, takes a breaking ball high for a 1-0 count. We've got some defensive replacements here in the 8th inning. Start on the infield at second base is Reagan Soper as a bunt popped up off the plate for a foul ball, strike 1. Reagan Soper, the freshman out of Auckland, New Zealand, takes over at second base. Now third base staying in the game after his pinch hit appearance. Dane Kissel as a bunt put down. Nice job to fight it off, fielded, and a throw to first by Mulder. They'll get 1 out on the sac bunt. Wynn does a great job of getting the bunt down on a pitch that rode in on him. 1 out. Coford goes up to second base.
Next batter, Jordan Ariza.
So 1 down, a man in scoring position. Up to bat will be Jordan Ariza. Dane Kissel out of North Valley High School in Grants Pass. He takes over at third as the first pitch in for a strike against Ariza. Ariza is 1 for 2 today with a pair of walks and a run scored. Takes a breaking ball that clips his elbow pad on the front arm, and he will head on down to first. First hit batter in the game for Mulder.
Next batter, Kyle Slater.
Runners at first and second with one down. Kyle Slater will bat. He is 1 for 3. Single his last at bat. That came against Mulder. He eventually came around to score. He puts down a bunt. Mulder off the mound. Quick throw to first base. Gets it there in time. Sack bunt puts 2 runners in scoring position. And with 2 outs, and Evan Dorsett, the cleanup hitter, coming up to bat. Been impressed with Mulder off the mound, fielding his position on those infield bunts.
Now batting number 8, Irvin Dorsett.
He's been able to field and throw quickly and accurately to first. Misses high on the first offering to Irvin Dorsett, who is 1 for 3. Hit by a pitch his first time up and scored in the first inning. Got the 1-0 count with runners at second and third and 2 down. Pops one up towards right field. On the run, the new right fielder, Drew Steffen, out there at the line, makes the catch. And Steffen, the new right fielder out of Henderson, Nevada, makes the catch. Also into the game in left field, Lorenzo Bradley out of Coronado High School and Henderson, Nevada as well. He took over in left field defensively in that frame as well. So 4 new players into the lineup and able to get through the 8th inning. Braxton Mulder leaves 2 men stranded. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 6-1. The visiting Mount Hood Saints in front here on Riverhawks TV. Bottom of the 8th, it is a 6-1 advantage for the visiting Mount Hood Saints. And Lorenzo Bradley will have his first at-bat of the day after taking over in left field defensively for Shiloh Wilson. He swings and fouls off the pitch for strike 1. They'll face a new pitcher, Carter Hess, out of Mountain View High School, Lapine, Oregon native, a freshman right-hander, 6'1", 195. He takes over, making his second appearance on the season. Hard thrower, misses high, 1-1 count. Hess, 2 innings worked. He's got a save on the season. He's allowed just 1 hit, no runs. He's got no strikeouts and no walks in his 2 innings of work this season. Gotten around on the inside pitch, belts it out towards left field, twisting and turning to get there. Underneath it, the left fielder, Slater, will make the catch as Bradley puts a charge into his first at-bat of the day. But unable to do anything with it. Bradley
next batter, number 6, Regan
put a
Soper.
charge into it. His first at-bat of the year. His first at-bat as a Riverhawk. Now that'll bring up This is going to be Reagan Soper, the new second baseman, batting for Jackson Thompson. Soper making his debut, first action that he has seen in a Riverhawks jersey. The kid out of New Zealand, another place that is outside of the contiguous 48 states that I have had the opportunity to visit, and he will take a pitch high, a 1-1 count. Spent 5 months traveling through New Zealand back in my 20s. Ages ago now. That was a long time ago now. It's really weird to say that, but it feels like it wasn't that long ago. Fantastic place to go. Soper will take high, 2-1 count. What's that now? Yeah, there's a lot of gray hairs, and yeah. Thankfully, there's still enough of it. You know, I haven't gone through that besides some other stuff. But 2-1 pitch, high and tight. Soper leans out of the way. Auckland, a fantastic place. Got a lot of amazing things. I'm gonna have to pull up the random blog that I did for a portion of that trip and remind myself on some of those things so that I have tidbits of New Zealand to talk about when Soper gets in the game. The 3-1 pitch, he'll hit one off the handle, rolls it slowly towards short. Charging Wynn will make the play across the diamond. Soper racing down the line quickly, but unable to beat out the throw, and there's 2 down. And we'll get another new batter here. It's the DH spot. Porter Strother comes out, and I believe that was Taj Flora that will be in to bat.
Batting number 25, Taj Flora.
Flora, the local product out of Sutherland High School. Big kid. Seen plenty of Taj through the years, playing with summer baseball with the American Legion team that plays here at Champion Car Wash Field. Taj did get in for a game last weekend, so not his debut. He had 2 at-bats, didn't get a hit, but he did get on base and score a run. He'll take the 0-1 pitch at the top of the zone underneath the elbows for strike 2. Game 1 of our doubleheader right now. The Mount Hood Saints in control, leading 6-1. Taj Flora, the 0-2 pitch coming from the new man on the mound, Carter Hess, fouled back. Flora staying close to home here at Umpqua Community College for his freshman year. Read somewhere that he was planning to study fire sciences, a popular major or a popular educational path at UCC for a lot of guys. 0-2 pitch here for Taj. Fouls one back into the screen again. Taj at Sutherland High School hit .347 in his career. Played in 37 games last summer for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's American Legion baseball team. Hit .343 during the summer with 2 doubles, a triple, had 24 RBI. The 0-2 pitch, low, and it goes to 1-2. Waiting on deck. I thought it was number 3, but it was obscuring 1. Drew Steffen, the right fielder, as Taj Flora will get hit in the back. A 1-2 count, and he earns his way on. Taj hit by a pitch for a second time this season in just his second game. He's on at first with 2 down. Carter Hess, first hit batter. Each pitcher used by Mount Hood today has hit a batter. So Drew Steffen, who has taken over in right field, he will bat here in place of Noah Kiley. He will take ball 1. Kiley wears number 3, and the post was obscuring the second 3 on his jersey, so I was confused there for a moment, but it is Drew Steffen. .1-0 pitch to Steffen, takes a cut, fouls it off. Noah Kiley went 0 for 2 in the game, a walk, a strikeout, and flew out to the third baseman in foul territory. Checking in on Taj Flora at first. He's back in safely. This is the season debut for Drew Steffen out of Coronado High School. Coronado in Henderson, Nevada. Mentioned that is a popular spot on the roster for the Riverhawks. Strike on the outside corner for Steffen. Four players on the roster out of Coronado for UCC this year on the active roster. The 1-2. Reaching for it. Steffen pops it up out to shallow right field. Charging in, Adam Elliott will make the catch. And the Riverhawks will leave a man stranded here in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. And we will head to the 9th inning. 5-run lead for the Mount Hood Saints here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg on Riverhawks TV. We head to the 9th inning in game 1 of today's doubleheader. Diego Richards, leadoff man for the Saints. He is 2 for 4 in the game and takes a strike from Braxton Mulder. Mulder's 0-1 pitch, going to find the alley out in right center. A long run for Tristan Schaefer. He'll track it down, turns and fires it wildly back towards the infield. And Richards will be held to a double on a ball that he smokes to the right center field alley for a leadoff 2-bagger for the Saints. They have now racked up 9 hits in this ball game. And that will be the second double for Mount Hood in this one. Showing a bunt, Adam Elliott offers, does not make contact. There's strike 1. Elliott drove in 2 runs on a 2-out bloop single to shallow left field. Everybody moving on the pitch. Otherwise, if it wasn't with 2 outs, it wouldn't have driven in anybody. Could have almost resulted in an out somewhere. As a bunt laid down, Mulder will field and throws to first right on time and right on target, but it does the job it was asked to do. Sack bunt by Elliott moves Richards up to third. Braxton Mulder's getting plenty of his bunt defense workout on the mound today. He has now made that put out at first. 3 different sack bunts put down by Mount Hood in his time on the mound. He misses low, ball 1 against Jonathan Wright batting here. Wright intentionally walked his last time up to load the bases and make it a force out at any base with the bases loaded. Infield playing in with just 1 out. Ball fouled off by Wright. Been impressed with Mulder in that bunt defense. He's been really good getting an out. He's not been able to disrupt the plan by Mount Hood, but he's at least been able to get the out. That's a strike against Wright. I was going to say, he reached that front elbow out to try and get hit by that pitch. It did clip him, but because he reached out at it, didn't try to get out of the way of it, he's going to get ruled a strike against him. And he's got a 1-2 count. He's able to keep his at-bat going as he fouls off the breaking ball. At third base, Diego Richards after the leadoff double. Sack bunt move him up to the third base. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from Mulder. 2 down. Mulder will get his first strikeout of the ball game.
Next batter, Hunter Allen.
There's 2 away. Did get some clarification from the guys here in the booth. They say that softball not playing today. They had it on their schedule. I was kind of uncertain if they truly would get it in. It was an exhibition, so not an actual counting game, but an exhibition against Pacific University's JV team. Sounds like they did not make the trip up to Forest Grove. Hunter Allen at the plate. He is 0 for 4 in this game. The 0-1 he'll take outside, a 1-1 count. Mulder trying to not let the lead get any bigger than the 5-run deficit the Riverhawks currently face. Needs one more out to strand a man on base after the leadoff double. The 1-1, a little elevated, check swing held up. Hunter Allen ahead in the at-bat, 2 balls and a strike. This is the first of 2 games, so stick around with us here on Riverhawks TV for the second game coming up. We'll take a break, we'll stop the broadcast and start a new one. As the ball popped up in the air, behind home. Jeremiah Robbins, no problem, has it, and that'll finish it off. Mulder able to pitch around a leadoff double by Diego Richards, keeps it a scoreless frame here in the 9th inning. No runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Riverhawks rally to try and see if they can steal one against the Saints? We'll find out. Bottom of the 9th coming up on Riverhawks TV. It'll be Wallace, Robbins, and Kissel due up for the Umpqua Riverhawks here in the bottom of the 9th as they try to rally back from a 6-1 deficit against Mount Hood. Tristan Wallace 0 for 3 in the game. He'll take high and inside for ball 1. Facing off against Carter Hess, who entered the game in the 8th inning. Hit 1 batter, but that was the only blemish on it. Hess, a 1-0 pitch. High and inside against Wallace. It's a 2-0 count. This was not a save situation for Carter Hess, who does have 1 save on his record already this year. So it's really a no-decision spot for him. Won't get any portion of the credit. The win right now, I believe, going to go to Kingsbury if it stays this way. First batter hit by a pitch, catching Wallace on that front shoulder. And he is on his way down to first. That is the 4th hit batter in the game for the Riverhawks. Anthony Leo started the game for Mount Hood, went 4 innings. So in a 9-inning ball game, he does not meet the requirement for a victory. Only going 4, needing to go 5. So the bullpen takes over and will get the chance at the victory. That would go James Kingsbury, pitching 3 innings, should get the credit for that one. Pickoff throw to first, checking in on Wallace, and he was back in safely, no problem. Jeremiah Robbins batting. He is 1 for 3, had a bloop single in the 7th inning, but then was the final out, getting forced out at second base. Did not really get a chance to go anywhere. Riverhawks with just 4 hits in this one, but they have left 8 men stranded on base. 1-0 delivery from Hess. Misses low. 2-0 count. Hess, the Lapine product. A couple of Oregon kids squaring off here. Robbins out of Medford High School. Two balls and no strikes. Hess kicks and fires outside, and it's a 3-0 count. Just about to get things underway for the UCC men's basketball team. They're playing at the Portland Community College against the Clark Penguins here this afternoon. The men are tipping off at 2, so they're just getting things underway. 3-0 pitch misses just off the edge. It's a 4-pitch walk. So you've got a hit batter and now a walk. And the Riverhawks have 2 runners on base with nobody out, and that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for head coach Corey Keeran for the Mount Hood Saints. Doesn't ask for the baseball just yet, so I think we're not getting a pitching change here. Fun story, Coach Keeran. I've got some experience of him as a head coach. He was my head coach as a freshman baseball player at Barlow High School back in, oh boy, that would have been, close your ears everybody, 1998. When Coach Keeran was my head coach at Barlow High School as a freshman with the Bruins. Why do I have, I'm young? Is that what you said? Yeah, real young. Oh. How are you still alive is maybe a better question. Robert, the PA announcer over there. We're the 2 old guys up here in the booth with all the youngsters up here. Coach Keeran back to the dugout. It's been great to have a lot of different run-ins with Coach Keeran through the years. There's a pitch low, 1-0 count to start for Dane Kissel. Coach Keeran, run into him a couple of different times going up north to call baseball games with Roseburg High School or Doc Stewart's. Saw him last year at the Legion State Tournament at the University of Portland as a strike across. Keeran does color and analyst role for the University of Portland broadcasts. He hops on with them to do those broadcasts when he has his time available during the spring for the Portland Pilots. So ran into him up there when we were using his booth during the state tournament for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Dane Kissel takes a strike on the outside corner. So after the meeting on the mound, Carter Hess has started finding the strike zone. Do have an arm getting loose in the bullpen for the Saints. A 1-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Kissel will go down swinging in just his second at-bat of the season. I believe the in line to get the win here will be James Kingsbury.
Number 1, Taylor Davis.
So up to bat will be Taylor Davis. Davis will take a strike. So Kissel goes down with that strikeout. At second base, Tristan Wallace reached on a hit by pitch. Jeremiah Robbins on at first after a walk. Top of the order here, inside, just missing Taylor Davis. The 1-1. High and away, 2 balls and a strike. For Mount Hood, warming up in the bullpen, Ethan McLaughlin, the sophomore out of Moscow, Idaho, just in case he's needed. 2-1 pitch. Line drive towards left center will get down. They're going to send Wallace around third. He's heading for home. That run not a huge deal for the Saints as their lead just cut down to 4. But coming through with the RBI single, Taylor Davis will put a run on the board. And the Riverhawks, a little bit of a rally here. We'll see if they can keep it going. Wallace scores from second. No problem. The throw came in to make sure that Robbins didn't try to go from first to third. Davis on at first. Now Tristan Schaefer at the plate. He has 1 for 3 today. Swings away, lines one into left field. That'll get down. They're going to hold Robbins at third base. Older brother Josh telling Jeremiah, the younger brother, yeah, we aren't going to try and test your legs out here. We're going to hold you at third with 1 out. And it does bring the game-tying run to the plate for the Umpqua Riverhawks with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th, and we are going to get a pitching change for the Mount Hood Saints. So the Saints will go to the bullpen, and I do believe that's going to be Ethan McLaughlin that comes in to throw as they try to get the crowd into it here. Double check here real quick. It is McLaughlin out of Moscow, Idaho, coming in to try and close this one out. 1 out, bases loaded. Riverhawks down by 4 on Riverhawks TV.
For the Riverhawks, number 31, Lorenzo Bradley.
The Umpqua Riverhawks trying to make a go of it here in the 9th inning. They've got the game-tying run coming up to the plate, trailing 6-2 with 1 out in the 9th, and the bases loaded. Lorenzo Bradley will bat. First pitch swinging, a ground ball left side. It'll stay on the infield. Long throw across the diamond. The throw to first will not be in time. And the Riverhawks add another, and they keep the bases loaded. They're back within 3. First pitch swinging for Bradley. He'll drive in a run. He is first time up. He hit one hard towards left field, but it was just right at the left fielder. This time he will pull one to the gap at short, and he's able to beat out the throw to first. The run will drive in Jeremiah Robbins, and the Riverhawks trail by 3 with now the game-tying run at first and the game-winning run at the plate. Robbins scored on the ground ball in the infield. Davis moves up to third. Schaefer at second. Bradley at first. Some good speed on the bases for the Riverhawks. A 1-0 count here for Reagan Soper, who came in defensively at second base for Jackson Thompson. He's batting in the 4 spot in the lineup as a defensive replacement. The 1-0. He takes high. 2-0 count. Soper's first action. Bradley was making his first appearance on the season 2 here in this game as the late defensive change. Soper's first appearance. He grounded out to short his first time up. The 2-0 pitch hits a roller up the middle. This could be it. Flip to second for 1. Relay to first. The throw is in time by a step. Not even. Just by a hair. They're going to get the double play to wrap up the ball game. 6-4-3, the twin killing, and that will do it as Mount Hood avoids the late game collapse. They will get the victory, and they will get to celebrate a win against the Umpqua Riverhawks here in Game 1 of a doubleheader. 6-3 is going to be the final score as Mount Hood will get the victory. And They just narrowly escaped things there. Almost beat that out. Soper just out by a step. Final score in this one is 6-3. The Riverhawks in the 9th inning get 2 runs, come in on 3 hits. There were no errors, and you're going to have 2 runners left on base. So the Umpqua Riverhawks cut into the deficit but cannot finish it off. They finish with 7 hits in this one. Pretty good played game there, but the big early advantage for Mount Hood, and they're able to hold off Umpqua in this one. Let's take a look at how it plays out here. Let's see. Get all this dialed in for you real quick here. Riverhawks scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th there, so that'll finish off my line score up there. 4 runs in the first inning for Mount Hood, 1 in the bottom of the 3rd for Umpqua to make it 4-1. That was our score through 6 innings. Mount Hood would add 2 runs in the top of the 7th to make it 6-1, but the Riverhawks get 2 back here in the bottom of the 9th and make it 6-3, but that is as close as they would get is the 3-run deficit. Your winning pitcher in, let's see, actually totals on this one, 6 runs for Mount Hood on 9 hits. Neither team commits an error, and Mount Hood will end up leaving 11 runners on base. For Umpqua, you had 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and the Riverhawks end up leaving 10 men on base in this one. Picking up the win is going to be James Kingsbury. Kingsbury out of the bullpen will get the victory. For Kingsbury, that'll be his first win of the season. Taking the loss for the Riverhawks is going to be Brett Lamb. And for Lamb, that'll put him at 0-2 on the year. Picking up the save is going to be Ethan McLaughlin. McLaughlin will pick up his 2nd save of the season as he gets the final 2 outs needed there in the 9th inning. So those are your totals and your pitching decisions in this one. 9 hits in the ballgame for Mount Hood. Let's see here. Jordan Ariza goes 1 for 2 in the game. He was walked twice and hit by a pitch. He scored a run. Kyle Slater goes 1 for 3, scores twice, was walked in there and did have a strikeout. Irvin Dorsett III goes 1 for 4, a single, was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Diego Richards keeps hitting well. He was 3 for 5 in the game with 2 singles, a double, scored a run and had an RBI. Adam Elliott was 1 for 3 in the game with a 2-run single, also walked and scored a run. Jonathan Wright was 1 for 4 in the game with a 3-run double, also had an intentional walk, struck out twice. Hunter Allen for Mount Hood, 0 for 4, make that 0 for 5. And Tanner Coford was 1 for 4 in the game with a single. For the Riverhawks, 7 hits in the ball game. Taylor Davis had 2 of them. He goes 2 for 5 with a pair of singles, did have an RBI. Tristan Schaefer goes 2 for 4 in the game with a pair of singles, had a sac bunt. Shiloh Wilson was 0 for 1 in the game with a sac fly, drives in a run, also got hit by a pitch. Lorenzo Bradley had a 1 for 2 day, an RBI single for him. Jackson Thompson goes 0 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base. Reagan Soper grounds out twice in his relief appearance. Porter Strother was 1 for 3 with a double. Taj Flora hit by a pitch in his 1 plate appearance. Noah Kiley goes 0 for 2 with a walk. Drew Steffen 0 for 1 in his replacement. Tristan Wallace goes 0 for 3, hit by a pitch, scores a run. Jeremiah Robbins was 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Aiden Metzger goes 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch and walked. He did score a run. Dane Kissel came in his spot, goes 0 for 2. The Umpqua Riverhawks Used 2 pitchers in this one. Brett Lamb, the starter, goes 4 innings, allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. Braxton Mulder pitches the final 5 innings. Mulder will give up 5 hits in this one. He allowed 2 runs. He finished with, let's see here, 2 walks. He had 1 strikeout and 1 hit batter. Anthony Leo started for Mount Hood. He went 4 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Didn't go the required minimum innings to get the win, so no decision for him. Kingsbury takes over, pitched 3 innings, didn't allow a run on 2 hits. Carter Hess went an inning and a third. He allowed, Carter Hess gets credit with the 2 runs that do score in the 9th inning on 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 hit batters. Ethan McLaughlin pitches the final 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 1 hit. The runs did not go to his total, so no runs for him. He didn't walk anybody, didn't strike anybody out, but he picks up the save as he comes in with the bases loaded and gets the Saints out of it. So for the Umpqua Riverhawks, that'll snap a 3-game winning streak. They fall to 3-2 on the season. For Mount Hood, they have now won 5 straight, and they are 5-0 on the year. Game 2 of our doubleheader going to be coming up here in just a moment. A 7-game finale to today's twin bill. We'll have that for you coming up as we continue on with Riverhawks baseball here on Riverhawks TV. Before we sign off, want to encourage everybody to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you sign up so that you can get notified when we go live with another broadcast at UCC Sports here in the spring sports season and as we wrap up the winter sports season. Hit that subscribe button, help us build up our subscriber count. We had a pretty good one until, for some reason, got shut down, but we are back up with Riverhawks TV, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber to be able to follow UCC baseball. So make sure you've got it marked on your YouTube channel so that you can get right to the access of our games. We'll have Game 2 of our twin bill coming up in just a bit. I'm Joey Keeran. It's been a pleasure to be with you for today's doubleheader of UCC baseball. We'll be back with a new broadcast for Game 2.